Across the vast, ancient landscapes of Africa, a relentless drama unfolds with every sunrise. Here, beneath the boundless sky, life is a daily contest of endurance, ingenuity, and raw power. This is a story not just of survival, but of constant adaptation, where every creature must evolve, improvise, and outwit the ever-changing challenges of their world. Here, life pushes against the odds every single day. The pulse of survival beats in every hoofbeat, every wingbeat, every silent step through the grass. On the sun-scorched savannas, in the dense, steamy rainforests, and high in the mist-shrouded mountains, nature has sculpted some of its most formidable champions, each uniquely adapted to their domain. These are Africa's titans, creatures that have mastered their environments through sheer power, intricate social bonds, and ingenious survival strategies. Each is a living testament to the relentless forces of evolution. They are living monuments to adaptation, each a master in its own domain, holding a critical place in the intricate web of life. Their every move is shaped by the demands of their environment and the ever-present threat of competition. We will journey into the world of three of these remarkable animals, each a titan in its own right, each with a story written in the language of survival. First, we descend to the riverbanks, the realm of a silent, ancient reptile. The Nile crocodile, armored in scales and patience, lurks beneath the water's surface. With senses attuned to the slightest vibration, it waits motionless for hours, conserving energy until the perfect moment to strike. Its jaws, capable of crushing bone, are the final word in ambush predation. Then our journey climbs into the volcanic mountains, into the emerald world of the mountain gorilla. Here, a gentle giant reigns, not with violence, but with wisdom and strength. The silverback leads his family through tangled undergrowth, guiding them to the richest feeding grounds and defending them from danger. Social bonds are woven through grooming, play, and quiet communication, creating a fortress of unity in a world of uncertainty. Finally, we venture deep into the rainforest, where a flash of brilliant color signals the arrival of the mandrill. The largest monkey on Earth, the mandrill moves in a vast, organized troop, hundreds strong. Their synchronized movement is a spectacle of discipline and cooperation, each member alert to the dangers of the forest. The dominant male's vibrant colors are not just for show. They signal health, strength, and leadership, deterring rivals and attracting allies. Each of these animals, the crocodile, the gorilla, and the mandrill, tells a unique story of survival, shaped by the demands of their environment and the strategies honed over millennia. They reveal the many ways nature endures, through drought and flood, feast and famine, predator and prey. Each adapts, each persists, each finds a way to thrive in the face of adversity. Their lives are epic battles, fought daily for food, for family, and for the right to exist. Every hunt, every migration, every act of care is a testament to the will to survive. From the crushing power of a crocodile's jaw, an ambush perfected over millions of years, to the gentle grooming of a gorilla family, where trust and affection are the glue that binds generations together, and the unified march of a mandrill horde, where safety lies in numbers and every member plays a role in the survival of the group, we witness the astonishing diversity of life's solutions, each tailored to the challenges of a wild and unpredictable world. These are not just animals. They are the living, breathing heart of Africa, a continent of breathtaking beauty and relentless challenge, where every day is a new chapter in the saga of survival. By observing their struggles and triumphs, we gain a deeper understanding of the delicate balance that sustains this world and the vital importance of every creature within it. Their story is a powerful reminder of the raw, untamed spirit of the natural world, a spirit that endures, adapts, and thrives against all odds. In the warm, muddy waters of Africa's great rivers, a prehistoric hunter lies in wait. Here, the river is more than a lifeline. It is a stage for daily dramas of survival, where every ripple and shadow can mean the difference between life and death. This is the realm of the Nile crocodile, a creature whose design has been perfected over millions of years. Its presence shapes the very behavior of every animal that approaches the water's edge. It is often called the gatekeeper of the rivers, and for good reason. The crocodile's mere silhouette, basking or lurking, is enough to make herds hesitate, their instincts sharpened by generations of close calls. Nothing moves through its watery kingdom without its knowledge. Every animal, be it antelope, buffalo, or even the cautious warthog, must weigh the risk of a hidden predator before quenching its thirst. With a body armored like a tank and patience that can last for hours, the crocodile is a master of its environment. Its stillness is legendary, a living statue blending seamlessly with the riverbank. The river is a crossroads for life. Herds gather, driven by thirst, their eyes scanning the water for danger. The crocodile's presence is a silent warning, a reminder that every drink comes with a risk. The secret to the crocodile's success begins with its incredible physical attributes. Its muscles ripple beneath thick, armored skin, built for explosive bursts of power. Its skull is a marvel of biological engineering, designed to withstand the immense forces of its own bite. Recent studies from 2026 have shown that its bone has a mineral density that makes it harder than carbon steel. This strength is essential for both hunting and defense. This immense strength is necessary to withstand the colossal force of its own bite, which is the strongest in the entire animal kingdom. When the jaws close, there is no escape. When its jaws snap shut, they deliver a pressure 5 times greater than that of a lion and 30 times stronger than a human's. This power is the final verdict for any animal caught unaware. This bite is not for chewing. Its conical teeth are designed for one purpose: to grip and hold on with unstoppable force. Prey is dragged beneath the surface, the struggle brief and decisive. This immense power is concealed by a masterful disguise. The crocodile's ability to vanish in plain sight is its greatest weapon. The crocodile's dark, mottled green skin provides the perfect camouflage in the murky river. Sunlight and shadow play across its back, breaking up its outline. To an unsuspecting antelope or zebra, it looks like nothing more than a harmless, drifting log floating silently near the bank. The illusion is nearly perfect. It can remain perfectly still for hours, with only its eyes, ears, and nostrils breaking the surface of the water. This patience is a deadly advantage. This allows it to see, hear, and breathe while the rest of its massive body remains hidden from view. The river itself becomes its cloak, concealing every movement. It is a patient hunter, a silent statue waiting for the perfect moment to strike, using the river's currents and eddies to mask its approach. The water is both ally and weapon. The crocodile is also equipped with a highly advanced sensory system, perfectly adapted for its aquatic world. Along its jaws are small dark bumps that are incredibly sensitive pressure receptors. These organs are tuned to the faintest disturbances. These organs can detect the faintest vibrations rippling through the water. Even the lightest step of a gazelle or the cautious approach of a bird is enough to alert the crocodile. The footsteps of an animal approaching the riverbank from dozens of meters away are registered as a clear signal. The crocodile's senses are always on alert, even when it appears to be sleeping. This allows the crocodile to know exactly where its prey is, even without seeing it. The river's surface becomes a map of movement, every ripple a message. It is this combination of brute strength, perfect camouflage, and finely tuned senses that makes the Nile crocodile the ultimate river predator. In the ever-shifting world of the African river, it is the silent judge, the unseen force that shapes the fate of all who come to drink. The gatekeeper of the rivers, holding dominion over the delicate balance of life and death. When the moment to strike arrives, the Nile crocodile transforms from a motionless shadow into an explosive force of nature, its patience rewarded by the perfect opportunity. Its hunting tactic is a masterclass in stealth and timing. The the crocodile remains almost invisible, submerged with only its nostrils and eyes breaking the surface, blending seamlessly with the reeds and muddy water. Animals drawn to the river's edge for a life-sustaining drink are often oblivious to the silent predator lying in wait. The crocodile's ability to remain undetected is enhanced by its minimal movement and the natural cover provided by aquatic vegetation and turbid water. In less than a quarter of a second, the crocodile can unleash its half-ton body from the water, closing the distance between itself and its target with astonishing speed. This explosive acceleration is powered by its massive, muscular tail, which acts as a powerful propeller. The tail's sudden thrust generates a surge of water, propelling the crocodile forward with a force few animals can anticipate or evade. For a fleeting instant, the crocodile becomes a blur of teeth and muscle, erupting from the river in a display of raw predatory power. Its jaws open wide, targeting the most vulnerable part of its prey. Once its jaws have locked onto its victim, escape is nearly impossible. The crocodile's bite force is among the strongest in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bone and holding even the most desperate prey. The conical teeth interlock perfectly, preventing any chance of wriggling free. The prey's struggle only tightens the crocodile's grip as the predator's jaw muscles clamp down with relentless pressure. When faced with larger animals, the crocodile employs its infamous death roll, a violent, spinning maneuver that multiplies the force exerted on its prey. Gripping its victim tightly, the crocodile spins its entire body, using the water's resistance to tear flesh and disorient its catch. This technique is especially effective in breaking apart large carcasses or subduing animals that resist. The water churns with violence as predator and prey struggle. The rotational force not only incapacitates but also drowns the victim, ensuring a swift end to the contest. This gruesome yet highly effective method allows the crocodile to overpower animals much larger and stronger than itself, demonstrating the efficiency of its evolutionary design. The river becomes a chaotic stage for this final act of predation. The splashing and thrashing signal the end for the prey and the triumph of the crocodile's strategy. On land, the crocodile's movements appear awkward and sluggish, a stark contrast to its aquatic agility. This deceptive appearance often lulls other animals into a false sense of security. Yet for short bursts, it can charge at speeds up to 35 kilometers per hour, using its powerful limbs and tail to propel itself forward in a surprising display of speed. This sudden acceleration allows the crocodile to ambush prey that lingers too close to the water or to retreat rapidly if threatened, making it unpredictable and dangerous in both environments. Its dual mastery of land and water makes the Nile crocodile a versatile hunter. It can transition seamlessly between the two, adapting its tactics to the terrain and the behavior of its prey. The mere presence of a crocodile beneath the surface alters the behavior of every animal nearby. Herds approach the river with caution, their senses heightened, always wary of the silent threat lurking below. Through these brutal yet efficient hunting methods, the Nile crocodile maintains the delicate balance of its ecosystem. By targeting the weak, the sick, and the unwary, it ensures the health and vitality of prey populations. Its predation helps control animal numbers and prevents the spread of disease, acting as a natural regulator within the riverine community. As the apex predator, the Nile crocodile sits atop the river's food web. Its influence extends throughout the ecosystem, shaping the lives and behaviors of countless species. The constant threat it poses forces animals to adapt, shaping migration patterns, drinking habits, and even the times of day when they approach the water. The Nile crocodile is not just a predator but a keystone species, an architect of the river's natural order. Its dominance is a testament to millions of years of evolution, and its rule, though harsh, is essential for the survival and balance of the savanna's aquatic world. Each year, as the seasons shift and the African sun scorches the plains, the the Mara River becomes the stage for one of nature's most breathtaking spectacles. For the Nile crocodile, this is a time of profound transformation, a period when patience and hunger give way to explosive action. The Great Migration surges forward, a living tide of over 1 million wildebeest and hundreds of thousands of zebras, driven by the relentless search for fresh grazing. Their journey is a test of endurance, instinct, and survival, stretching across the vast Serengeti and into the heart of the Masai Mara. Eventually, the herds reach the Mara River, a formidable barrier that stands between them and the promise of green pastures. The river's muddy waters conceal both hope and mortal danger. For the crocodiles, this is the moment they have awaited all year. Their bodies, built for ambush, lie motionless at the water's edge, every muscle coiled in anticipation. The river's geography funnels the immense herds into a handful of narrow crossing points, creating bottlenecks where the drama of survival is played out in full view. For weeks, the crocodiles have conserved their energy, their metabolism slowed, their hunger sharpened. Now, as the migration approaches, they become living shadows beneath the surface, perfectly adapted for the ambush to come. The crossing is a maelstrom of sound and movement. Hoofs churn the water, splashes echo across the banks, and the air is thick with the cries of animals caught between fear and necessity. At the river's edge, the first wildebeest hesitate, their nostrils flaring as they sense the danger lurking below. The tension is palpable, a silent standoff between prey and predator. Every instinct warns them of the threat beneath the surface, yet the pressure from the surging herd behind leaves them little choice. The mass of bodies behind pushes relentlessly forward, forcing the leaders to take the plunge, and in an instant the crossing begins. The river explodes into chaos. Wildebeest and zebras leap into the water, driven by desperation, while the current and the jaws of waiting predators threaten to claim the weakest. Crocodiles, usually solitary hunters, now act in a rare, collective frenzy. Dozens surge forward, their powerful tails propelling them through the muddy torrent. The hunt is brutal and indiscriminate. In the confusion, crocodiles snap at anything within reach, their jaws closing with bone-crushing force. The water churns with bodies, prey and predator locked in a desperate struggle. The river, for these few days, becomes a battleground where only the strongest and luckiest survive. For the crocodiles, this is a time of unparalleled abundance. They gorge themselves, tearing into the fallen, their hunger sated for the first time in months. The bounty of the migration allows the Mara's crocodiles to reach extraordinary sizes, some among the largest on the continent, testament to the river's life-giving and life-taking power. Carcasses drift downstream, feeding not only crocodiles but also scavengers and the river itself, as nutrients return to the ecosystem, fueling the next cycle of life. The Mara River, for these fleeting weeks, is a crucible of survival. Every crossing is a gamble, every moment a test of instinct and strength. The crocodiles, ancient and unyielding, are more than mere hunters. They are the river's guardians, enforcing the rules of this wild domain. As the herds move on and the dust settles, tranquility returns to the Mara. The river, once a scene of chaos, flows quietly once more. The crocodiles, bellies full and energy restored, slip back into their solitary routines, gliding silently through the water, ever watchful, ever patient. The feast has given them the reserves to endure the lean months ahead, a testament to their resilience and the river's generosity. As silent sentinels, they remain the gatekeepers of the Mara, shaping the fate of every creature that dares to cross. Here, in this ancient river, the migration and the crocodile are bound together in a timeless dance, a cycle of abundance and peril, where the river both nurtures and claims, ensuring the balance of life endures on the African plains. High in the volcanic Virunga Mountains, where the borders of Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo converge, a world of perpetual mist and mystery unfolds. Here the clouds descend each morning, veiling the ancient forests in a silvery shroud and muffling the sounds of life beneath. At altitudes soaring above 3,000 meters, the air is crisp and thin, carrying the scent of damp earth and moss. The forest canopy, dripping with condensation, forms a living roof that shelters a hidden kingdom. Within this emerald realm, the mountain gorilla reigns supreme. Their deep, intelligent eyes peer through the foliage, ever watchful, ever alert. Sharing 98% of their DNA with us, these gentle giants are among the most enigmatic creatures on Earth. The silverback, a towering figure crowned with a streak of silver fur, leads his family through the mist. His presence is both a shield and a beacon, guiding the troop with quiet authority as they navigate the labyrinth of vines and ferns. Their sanctuary is a tapestry of steep slopes and tangled undergrowth, where the sun's rays struggle to pierce the ever-present fog. Here, every leaf and branch is a testament to survival, and every shadow may conceal a story. The mountain gorilla is a marvel of adaptation, immense in size, yet gentle in nature, perfectly attuned to the rhythms of this high-altitude world. An adult silverback can weigh more than 200 kilograms, his muscles rippling beneath a thick coat of fur. His strength is legendary, yet it is wielded with restraint, reserved for moments of true necessity. This formidable power is fueled by a diet of remarkable simplicity. The gorilla's day is a slow, deliberate search for sustenance. Tender shoots, fibrous stems, and succulent leaves plucked from the forest's bounty. Their digestive systems are masterpieces of efficiency, breaking down the toughest plant fibers and extracting every possible nutrient. In this way, the forest itself is transformed into muscle and might. For hours each day, gorillas forage in silence, their powerful hands stripping branches and their jaws grinding through cellulose. This constant feeding is not just survival, it is the engine of their strength. The sheer size of the silverback is a silent warning to any would-be challenger. His presence alone maintains order within the troop and deters the rare predator that dares to venture into the mist. The heart of guerrilla life is the troop, a family bound by loyalty and trust, each member playing a vital role in the group's survival. Troops vary in size, from small, intimate groups to sprawling families of 30 or more. Each day they move as one, their fates intertwined. Social bonds are forged and maintained through constant interaction. Grooming is a ritual of trust, a gentle act that soothes tensions and cements relationships. The troop forages together, sharing discoveries and watching over the young. Playful chases and mock battles among juveniles are lessons in strength and agility, vital for the challenges ahead. Grooming is more than hygiene. It is the glue that binds the family, a language of touch and reassurance in a world where survival depends on unity. Young gorillas, brimming with curiosity, tumble and wrestle beneath the watchful gaze of elders. Through play, they learn the skills of climbing, foraging, and social harmony, each lesson a step toward adulthood. Every aspect of the mountain gorilla's existence is shaped by the misty, mountainous environment they call home. Their thick, luxuriant fur is a natural armor against the chill, trapping warmth and repelling the damp that seeps into every crevice of the forest. Unlike their lowland cousins, mountain gorillas boast a denser coat, each strand a barrier against the relentless moisture and biting winds of their highland refuge. Navigating the steep, slippery slopes, gorillas move with a surprising grace. Their powerful limbs and opposable thumbs allow them to climb, grasp, and balance with ease, even as the ground shifts beneath their feet. In the heart of the mist, life is tranquil yet demanding. The gorilla's days are a delicate balance of foraging, bonding, and vigilance, a quiet existence shaped by the ever-changing moods of the mountain, far from the sun-baked plains below. Here, in this hidden world, the mountain gorilla endures as the true sovereign of the mists, a living testament to the power of adaptation and the beauty of survival. At the very core of every gorilla society stands a single, dominant figure, the silverback. His presence is not just a symbol of strength, but the very axis around which the entire troop's life revolves. The Silverback earns his name from the distinctive swath of silver hair that emerges as he matures, a visual badge of authority and experience. This transformation marks his transition from subordinate youth to the troop's patriarch. Within the troop, the Silverback is the undisputed leader, the vigilant guardian, and the emotional anchor. His role extends far beyond brute force. He is the architect of the group's daily rhythm and the arbiter of social harmony. His reign is absolute, yet it is defined by a complex balance of power, wisdom, and empathy. Every day he decides where the troop will forage, leading them through dense forests in search of succulent leaves, fruits, and stems. He determines when the group will pause to feed and when it is time to move on, always mindful of the youngest and most vulnerable members. The safety and well-being of the entire family rest on his broad, powerful shoulders. He is ever alert, scanning the environment for signs of danger, whether from leopards, rival gorillas, or other threats lurking in the shadows. The Silverback's formidable strength is the bedrock of the troop's security. His sheer size and muscle mass are unmatched, making him a daunting adversary to any would-be challenger. Most threats are neutralized by his imposing presence alone. A single aggressive display, an assertive stance, a deep vocalization can send intruders fleeing. Yet his leadership is not solely maintained through intimidation or force. The Silverback is also a source of calm and reassurance. His gentle interactions with infants and juveniles foster trust and cohesion within the group. In moments of uncertainty or social tension, the troop instinctively looks to him for guidance. His reactions set the tone for the entire group, diffusing conflicts before they escalate. He is a patient father, nurturing the young with surprising tenderness and a steadfast protector of the females, ensuring their safety and well-being. His leadership is a delicate blend of strength, experience, and a profound sense of duty. He maintains order not through constant aggression, but through a deep understanding of each member's needs and personalities. The Silverback is the glue that binds the troop, fostering unity and cooperation. His presence is the foundation of the group's social structure. However, the stability of his reign is never guaranteed. As the troop matures, younger males known as blackbacks begin to assert themselves. These ambitious individuals watch the Silverback closely, learning from his every move while quietly contemplating their own future roles. This dynamic can lead to subtle tension and, at times, open conflict within the group. To avoid costly physical confrontations, guerrillas rely on elaborate displays of dominance, ritualized behaviors that communicate strength and resolve. The most iconic of these is the chest beat, a thunderous drumming that echoes through the forest. Recent research has shown that this display is a sophisticated form of communication, not merely a show of aggression. The resonance and rhythm of the chest beat convey detailed information about the gorilla's size, strength, and readiness to defend his position. This is psychological warfare at its finest, a way for rivals to assess each other's capabilities without resorting to violence. If these displays fail to resolve the dispute, the tension may escalate into a physical confrontation. Such battles are rare, but when they occur, they are explosive and intense, testing the limits of strength and endurance. The combatants charge, using their massive bodies as battering rams, each seeking to overpower the other. Their most formidable weapons are their elongated canine teeth, which can reach up to 5 centimeters in length, capable of inflicting serious wounds. The Silverback's bite force is extraordinary, surpassing even that of the largest big cats, a testament to his evolutionary adaptation for both defense and feeding. Yet, the aim of these confrontations is not to kill, but to establish a clear hierarchy. Dominance is asserted, and the social order is restored. The defeated male may submit and remain as a subordinate, or he may leave the troop, embarking on a solitary journey through the forest. In time, he may gather his own followers, beginning the cycle anew. each Silverback's reign a chapter in the ongoing saga of gorilla society. In the heart of the mist-shrouded mountains, the daily rhythm of a mountain gorilla family unfolds with remarkable harmony. Each member, from the youngest infant to the formidable Silverback, plays a vital role in the intricate tapestry of troop life. The forest is not just their home, it is their sanctuary, their classroom, and their fortress. As dawn breaks, golden light filters through the dense canopy, stirring the gorillas from their leafy nests. The troop awakens together, stretching and yawning, their bodies still warm from the night's embrace. Mothers gently nudge their infants awake, while juveniles cling sleepily to their mothers' backs. The morning is devoted to foraging, a crucial activity for survival. The troop fans out, but never strays far from one another, their senses attuned to the subtle signals of the group. Each gorilla searches for tender shoots, succulent leaves, and fibrous stems, their choices guided by the Silverback's experience and the matriarch's wisdom. The Silverback, a pillar of strength and leadership, leads the way. His deep chest and broad shoulders are a reassuring presence, and his every movement is watched by the troop. He knows the forest intimately, guiding his family to the richest feeding grounds and away from hidden dangers. With nimble fingers, the gorillas strip leaves from branches, their powerful jaws making quick work of even the toughest stalks. Infants mimic their mothers, learning which plants to choose and how to handle them, their education woven seamlessly into the fabric of daily life. Feeding is a communal affair, marked by quiet contentment. The family sits together in a loose circle, always within sight and sound of one another. This closeness is not just for comfort, it is a shield against predators, and a foundation for the deep bonds that define gorilla society. As the sun climbs higher, the troop settles into a period of rest. Some lounge in the dappled shade, while others engage in gentle play or quiet conversation. This midday respite is a time for nurturing relationships and reinforcing the social fabric of the group. Grooming is at the heart of gorilla society. Adults and juveniles alike participate, their fingers moving with care and precision through thick fur. This ritual is more than hygiene. It is a language of trust, reassurance, and unity. Through grooming, disputes are soothed and alliances are strengthened. A gentle touch or a lingering glance can resolve tension, while the act itself cements the bonds that hold the family together. The Silverback, though dominant, is often the recipient of grooming from females and juveniles, a sign of respect and affection. His calm acceptance reinforces his role as protector and peacemaker. For the young, play is both joy and preparation. Juveniles chase, tumble, and wrestle, their laughter echoing through the trees. These games are vital, teaching coordination, strength, and the subtle rules of gorilla etiquette. Infants swing from vines and clamber over their elders, their energy boundless. Under the watchful gaze of mothers and the Silverback, they learn the boundaries of safety and the importance of family. The Silverback's patience is remarkable. He observes the youngsters' antics with a steady eye, intervening only when necessary. Occasionally he joins their games, his immense strength tempered by a gentle touch, teaching by example the balance of power and tenderness. Communication within the troop is a symphony of sound and gesture. Low rumbles signal contentment, while sharp barks warn of danger. Each vocalization carries meaning, understood instinctively by every member. Expressions and postures are equally eloquent. A sidelong glance, a chest beat, or a subtle shift in stance can convey reassurance, caution, or command. Body language is the silent thread that weaves the family together, allowing them to move as one, anticipate each other's needs, and avoid conflict. Even the youngest learn to read these cues, responding instinctively to the moods and intentions of their elders. The Silverback's authority is rarely challenged, maintained not by force, but by a mastery of subtle communication and unwavering vigilance. When it is time to move, a single gesture from the Silverback is enough. The family rises as one, moving through the undergrowth in silent coordination, each member attuned to the other's presence. As the day wanes, the troop forages once more, gathering the last sustenance before nightfall. The forest glows with the soft light of the setting sun, casting long shadows as the guerrillas eat in companionable silence. As dusk approaches, the Silverback surveys the terrain, choosing a safe location for the night's rest. Each guerrilla sets to work, bending branches and weaving leaves with practiced skill. The nests are crafted with care, providing comfort and protection from the cool mountain air. Mothers tuck their infants close, wrapping them in warmth and security. The youngest are nestled against their mothers, lulled to sleep by the steady heartbeat and gentle touch that have guided them since birth. As darkness settles over the Emerald Mountains, the family huddles together, a living testament to the strength of unity and the power of kinship. Under the vigilant watch of the Silverback, the troop drifts into peaceful slumber, their survival secured by the bonds they share, and the wisdom passed from one generation to the next. Deep within the emerald heart of Central Africa, the rainforest pulses with life, a living tapestry woven from countless species, each playing a vital role in the forest's grand design. Here, the mandrill reigns as the largest and most colourful monkey, but it is far from alone in this vibrant army of the wild. The mandrill, with its electric blue and crimson face, is a titan of the forest floor. Its power and social complexity are legendary, but the mandrill's world is shared with a dazzling array of creatures, each contributing to the intricate balance of the ecosystem. High above, flocks of turacos flash emerald and scarlet as they glide between fruit-laden branches, their calls echoing through the canopy. Agile colobus monkeys leap from limb to limb, their black and white coats a blur against the green, while hornbills trumpet their presence, scattering seeds that will one day become towering trees. On the ground, duiker antelope move cautiously through the undergrowth, ever alert for danger. Chameleons, masters of disguise, shift their colors to blend seamlessly with the foliage, while butterflies swirl in clouds of iridescent wings, pollinating the forest's hidden blooms. The forest's true army, however, is not always visible. Columns of driver ants march relentlessly across the leaf litter, overwhelming anything in their path. Termites and leaf-cutter ants build vast underground empires, recycling dead wood and leaves, nourishing the very soil that sustains the forest giants. As dusk falls, tree frogs begin their chorus, their vibrant bodies clinging to leaves slick with rain. Pangolins shuffle quietly, armored against predators, while Red River hogs root through the mud, turning the earth in search of roots and tubers. In the shadows, forest elephants move with surprising silence, shaping the landscape as they feed and clear paths for smaller animals. Forest buffalo graze in the mist, and golden-crowned bats take to the air, pollinating night-blooming flowers. The mandrill's own society is a marvel of organization. Massive supertroops, sometimes numbering up to 1,000 individuals, flow through the forest like a living river. At their core, females and young cluster for safety, while powerful males patrol the edges, ever vigilant. The alpha male, his face ablaze with color, leads this army with authority. His presence commands respect, not only among his own kind, but throughout the forest. He guides the troop in their daily search for fruits, seeds, insects, and small animals, his leadership ensuring the survival of the group. Yet the mandrills are not the only strategists here. Forest civets prowl the night, hunting for unwary prey, while monitor lizards bask in the sun, ready to snatch a passing insect or small mammal. Snakes, both venomous and harmless, glide silently through the undergrowth, their movements almost invisible. Above, the canopy teems with life. Sunbirds and weaver birds flit among blossoms, their colors rivaling the mandrill's own. Owls and bush babies emerge as darkness falls, their large eyes adapted to the dim light, hunting and foraging in the cool night air. Every creature, from the smallest beetle to the largest elephant, has a role to play. Some are pollinators, others are predators, and many are both, hunter and hunted. Their interactions, competition, cooperation, and communication, form the living web that holds the forest together. The forest's colorful army is not just a collection of individuals, but a symphony of life. Each species, each call, each movement is a note in the grand composition of the rainforest. Together they create a world of breathtaking beauty, resilience, and endless wonder, a true testament to the power and diversity of nature. Life on the forest floor is a constant test of vigilance and resilience for the mandrill. Every rustle in the undergrowth could signal danger, and survival depends on both individual awareness and the collective strength of the group. Among the most formidable threats is the leopard, a master of stealth, whose dappled coat blends seamlessly with the shifting shadows of the rainforest. With silent precision, it stalks its prey, relying on patience and power to ambush the unwary. A mandrill separated from its troop is exposed. Its senses heightened as it scans for any sign of movement. Alone, it is acutely vulnerable to the leopard's lethal ambush. But such isolation is rare. Mandrills are deeply social primates, and their greatest asset is the unity of the horde. When danger looms, the troop's cohesion becomes its shield. The horde gathers tightly, forming a living barrier that is both intimidating and impenetrable. At the first sign of a threat, the troop does not dissolve into chaos. Instead, every member becomes alert, their movements synchronized by a shared instinct for survival. The dominant males, larger and more imposing than the rest, instinctively move to the front. Their presence is a clear signal. The group will not yield without a fight. This united front is often enough to halt a predator in its tracks. Even a hungry leopard faced with a wall of defiant mandrills must reconsider its approach. The males are armed with formidable weapons, massive canine teeth honed by evolution for both display and defense. These canines, longer even than those of a leopard, are revealed in dramatic displays that leave no doubt about their lethality. When threatened, a male mandrill bares his teeth in a ritualized gesture, lips pulled back to expose his dagger-like fangs, a silent warning to any would-be attacker. This visual threat is amplified by guttural grunts and powerful posturing. The chorus of vocalizations reverberates through the forest, a collective declaration of strength. The sight of several dominant males, their faces ablaze with color, standing shoulder to shoulder and baring their teeth, is a spectacle of raw power, a living barricade that few predators dare to challenge. Even on the move, the troop's organization is a marvel of animal cooperation. Each member knows its place, and the group advances as a single, coordinated entity. The most vulnerable, the mothers and their infants, are carefully positioned at the heart of the formation, shielded on all sides by their companions. The largest and strongest males flank the group, forming a living rampart at the front, rear and sides, ever watchful for signs of danger. Any predator attempting to breach this perimeter is met with immediate resistance, an intimidating display of aggression and unity that few can overcome. As the troop forages, it moves like a living fortress, each member contributing to the safety and success of the whole. The group's cohesion is its greatest defense. Cooperation is woven into every aspect of mandrill life. From grooming to foraging, each act strengthens the bonds that hold the group together, ensuring that no individual faces the dangers of the forest alone. The vibrant colors of the males serve a dual purpose, attracting mates and signaling dominance, but also acting as a visual deterrent to rivals and predators alike. The sheer number of individuals in a troop is no accident. It is a deliberate strategy, maximizing vigilance and minimizing risk through overwhelming presence. At the helm, the alpha male leads with authority, his strength and experience guiding the horde. The unity of the group, the arsenal of the males, and the discipline of their formation create a defense system few predators can penetrate. In the dense, unpredictable world of the rainforest, the mandrill's survival is a testament to the power of cooperation. Their collective strength, intricate social bonds, and coordinated displays of power reveal that, in nature, unity is the ultimate strategy for survival. From the muddy banks of the Mara River, where the ancient Nile crocodile glides silently beneath the surface, to the misty peaks of the Virunga Mountains, shrouded in a veil of cloud and mystery, Africa's wild heart beats with the stories of survival passed down through countless generations. Here, every sunrise marks the continuation of a legacy, one written not in words but in instinct, adaptation, and the relentless will to endure. In the shaded depths of the Central African rainforest, the Nile crocodile, the mountain gorilla, and the mandrill each carry the wisdom of their ancestors. Their lives are shaped by the lessons learned through centuries of struggle and triumph. The Nile crocodile, armored in scales honed by millennia, is a living relic of a prehistoric world. Each generation inherits the art of patience, lying in wait, perfectly still, until the moment to strike arrives. Young crocodiles, guided by the silent example of their elders, learn to read the river's currents and shadows, mastering the ambush that has ensured their survival since the dawn of time. The mountain gorilla, in contrast, weaves its legacy through the bonds of family. Silverbacks lead with wisdom and strength, teaching the young to forage, to communicate, and to protect one another. Each generation is raised in the embrace of the group, learning that survival is not just about strength, but about unity, compassion, and the subtle art of leadership. The mandrill, vibrant and social, passes down its legacy through the power of the collective. In the dense forest, the horde moves as one, elders guiding the young, teaching them the intricate language of color, gesture, and call. Their survival depends on the wisdom of the group, the ability to adapt to shifting dangers, and the courage to stand together against any threat. Across generations, these titans refine their skills, adapting to the ever-changing rhythms of the wild. The crocodile's patience, the gorilla's gentle strength, and the mandrill's unity are not just traits, they are legacies, etched into the very fabric of each new life. Each animal in its own realm reigns supreme, an heir to the hard-won knowledge of those who came before. The Nile crocodile, ancient gatekeeper of the rivers, demonstrates the power of adaptation. Its young, born vulnerable, quickly learn to blend with the reeds, to sense the vibrations of prey, and to survive the perils of both water and land. Through generations, their mastery of stealth and explosive force is refined, ensuring the river's legacy endures. Each hunt, each narrow escape, is a lesson passed from parent to offspring, shaping the next generation of survivors. During the Great Migration, the crocodile's role is both feared and respected, a force of nature that shapes the destiny of countless creatures as it has for ages. The mountain gorilla's legacy is written in the gentle touch of a mother, the watchful gaze of a silverback, and the playful curiosity of the young. Each generation learns the subtle language of the forest, the importance of peace, and the strength found in togetherness. The silverback's reign is not just about dominance, but about nurturing the next generation, teaching them to navigate the forest's dangers and to care for one another. In the sanctuary of the mountains, the gorilla's legacy is one of peace, resilience, and hope, a world apart from the crocodile's realm, yet equally vital. These contrasting worlds, shaped by generations of adaptation, reveal the diversity of survival strategies that define Africa's wild. The mandrill's legacy is painted in vibrant hues, a living tapestry of color and sound. Young mandrills learn from their elders how to forage, how to communicate, and how to find safety in numbers. Their faces, bright with the colors of maturity and status, are badges of survival, signaling strength and unity to friend and foe alike. The Horde's movements are a symphony of cooperation, each member playing a role in the survival of the group, each generation building on the wisdom of the last. When danger looms, it is the unity of the Horde that prevails, a living testament to the power of collective legacy. Even the most formidable predators are forced to retreat before the strength of many, a lesson learned and taught anew with each generation. Each of these titans has carved a unique path through the wild, their legacies shaped by the challenges and triumphs of those who came before. The crocodile's solitary power, ancient and unyielding, is a legacy of endurance and adaptation. The gorilla's gentle bonds, forged in the heart of the mountains, are a legacy of compassion and unity. The mandrill's vibrant strength, born of the group, is a legacy of cooperation and resilience. These are three answers to the same question: how to survive, adapt, and thrive in a world of constant change. Their stories are not just tales of survival, but of legacy, each generation building on the strengths, the lessons, and the spirit of those who came before. In the wild heart of Africa, these legacies endure, shaping the future with every new life, every challenge overcome, and every adaptation made. The world they inherit is ever-changing, shaped by drought, flood, and the shifting balance of predator and prey. Yet it is the strength of their legacy, the wisdom of generations, that gives them the power to endure, to adapt, and to continue the story of survival. In every silent ambush, every gentle embrace, every vibrant display, the legacy of survival is renewed. The wild is a living tapestry, woven from the threads of countless generations, each animal a guardian of its lineage, each moment a testament to the enduring power of adaptation. The drama, the beauty, and the wonder of these titans remind us that survival is not just a struggle, but a legacy, one that echoes through the ages, shaping the wild heart of Africa for generations yet to come. As the sun sets over the savanna and the forests grow quiet, the legacy of survival endures, etched into the land, carried in the blood, and alive in the spirit of every new generation. These are the true heirs of Africa's wild, a living legacy, forever written in the untamed heart of the continent. As darkness descends across the African savanna, a new chapter of survival begins, one veiled in shadow and silence. The sun's final rays surrender to the night, and the familiar world transforms. Day's titans yield to elusive night stalkers, and the open plains become a stage for the secret lives of Africa's nocturnal predators and their wary prey. Beneath the cool, starlit sky, the air sharpens. A lone spotted hyena emerges from her den, her senses attuned to every rustle and whisper. With eyes adapted for the faintest glimmer, she glides through the grass, her movements silent, calculated. Tonight, she is both scavenger and hunter, following the invisible trails left behind by the day's drama, hoping for an opportunity born in the darkness. Elsewhere, a pride of lions stirs, their golden coats now ghostly in the moonlight. Under cover of night, their world expands. Silent signals pass between them. A flick of a tail, a low growl, a shared glance, and the hunt begins. They move with purpose, fanning out, blending seamlessly into the undulating shadows. Their quarry, a herd of impala clustered close, ears twitching at every sound. For the impala, night is an ordeal of vigilance. They freeze at the snap of a twig, their large eyes searching for movement in the gloom. Survival demands rest, but sleep comes in fleeting moments, stolen between anxious glances at the darkness beyond. Nearby, a serval cat stalks the tall grass, her slender form barely visible. Every step is measured. She listens intently for the faintest squeak or flutter. When she pounces, it's with explosive precision, a master of the hunt in miniature, her world defined by the creatures that emerge only after sunset. Above, an owl glides silently, its wings slicing through the night air. With extraordinary vision and acute hearing, it locks onto a rodent scurrying beneath the brush. One swift dive, and the hunt is over, swift, efficient, unseen. But the night does not belong to predators alone. Aardvarks and porcupines, usually hidden by day, venture out to forage. The aardvark's snout probes the earth for termites, while the porcupine's quills rustle as it searches for roots and fallen fruit. Their armor is caution, their survival a testament to adaptation in the shadowed hours. In this world of darkness, every creature is both hunter and hunted. The balance is delicate, the stakes high. The silence of the night is broken only by the distant roar of a lion, the urgent alarm of a startled herd, or the soft footfalls of a predator on the move. As dawn approaches, the nocturnal world retreats. The hunted find shelter, the hunters rest, and the savannah readies itself for the return of light. But the secrets of the night linger, etched in fresh tracks, in the lingering scent of fear and triumph, in the silent stories written beneath the stars. Here, in the dark, the cycle of survival continues, unseen but no less vital. These are the hidden hours of Africa's wild, where the legacy of adaptation is renewed in every shadow, every heartbeat, and every breath beneath the moonlit sky. In the golden grasslands and tangled woodlands of Africa, survival hinges not only on strength and stealth, but on the ability to communicate, often in ways invisible to the untrained eye. Here, every gesture, sound, and scent carries meaning, forming an intricate web of signals that shapes the daily lives of the savannah's inhabitants. A herd of elephants moves slowly beneath the acacia trees, their massive forms seemingly silent. Yet, beneath the surface, a symphony of low-frequency rumbles travels through the ground, vibrations felt miles away by other elephants. These seismic messages warn of distant threats, announce the birth of a calf or summon lost family members. For the elephants, communication is a bridge across distance, a vital thread that holds the herd together. Nearby, a dazzle of zebras grazes in the open plain. Their stripes, more than just camouflage, play a role in social cohesion. A flick of an ear, the swish of a tail, or a subtle shift in stance conveys mood and intention. When danger looms, a single sharp snort ripples through the group, and in an instant the herd reacts as one, bolting in a coordinated dash, each animal reading the cues of its neighbors. In the tall grass, a coalition of cheetahs prepares for the hunt. They utter soft chirps and stuttered purrs, calls too faint for distant prey to hear, but clear enough for each other. With every twitch of a tail and every quiet mewl, they synchronize their movements, transforming individual speed into a collective strategy. Above, a flock of helmeted guinea fowl fans out, searching for seeds and insects. Their constant chattering calls are more than background noise. They're a rolling commentary on the world around them. A sudden, sharp alarm sends the flock scattering, each bird trusting in the vigilance of its companions. Even the smallest creatures share in this language of the wild. Dwarf mongooses chirp and trill as they forage, relaying the locations of food, sentinels, and lurking predators. Their intricate vocal repertoire binds the group, ensuring that no member is ever truly alone. Invisible to the eye, scent marks and trails weave another layer of meaning. A leopard's musky spray on a tree trunk warns rivals to stay away. A pack of wild dogs leaves scent trails to guide stragglers back to the safety of the group. For many, the nose is as vital as the ear, reading stories written on the winds. In this world, communication is survival. It is the difference between isolation and belonging, between safety and peril. Through soundless signals, whispered calls, and scents on the breeze, the savannah's animals maintain a constant dialogue, one that shapes alliances, averts disaster, and renews the ancient rhythm of life. As the sun climbs higher, the savannah hums with this silent symphony, a language as old as Africa itself, spoken in every glance, every call, and every footstep on the earth. Beneath the towering grass and the thunder of hooves, a hidden world thrives, one that shapes the fate of the savannah itself. Here, In the labyrinth of soil and shadow, insects reign as silent architects, engineers, and recyclers, their lives intertwined with every blade of grass and every breath of wind. At dawn, armies of termites awaken, their pale workers vanishing beneath the surface. With tireless precision, they tunnel through earth and decaying wood, breaking down tough plant fibers into rich, fertile soil. These unseen laborers transform the landscape, their vast mounds rising like ancient fortresses above the plain. Each structure is a marvel, ventilated towers that regulate temperature and humidity, housing millions in complex, cooperative societies. Above ground, their presence nourishes the savanna, feeding grasses that sustain elephants, zebras, and antelope. Nearby, a column of Matabele ants marches with relentless purpose, their target a termite mound. In a display of tactical prowess, scouts communicate through pheromone trails, guiding their comrades to the prize. The ensuing battle is swift and calculated, a testament to the intricate warfare played out on a miniature scale. The fallen are not forgotten. Injured ants are carried home, tended by medics in a ritual of care rare in the insect world. In the shimmering heat, dung beetles emerge, rolling their precious cargo across the sand. With unwavering determination, they sculpt dung into perfect spheres, bearing them to nourish future generations. In doing so, they cleanse the land of waste, recycle nutrients, and aerate the soil, natural custodians ensuring the cycle of life continues. Above the grasses, clouds of butterflies and bees flit from flower to flower. Their delicate wings belie their importance. Each pollinator is a vital link in the chain that binds plant and animal. Without their tireless labor, the savanna's wildflowers would fade, and fruiting trees would wither, robbing countless creatures of food and shelter. Even the smallest players leave an indelible mark. Assassin bugs lurk in ambush, while parasitic wasps lay eggs inside caterpillars, holding populations in balance. In the stillness of the night, fireflies flicker in silent conversation, weaving signals of courtship through the darkness. Together, these insects form the living engine of the savanna, unseen yet indispensable. They break down the old, nourish the new, and stitch together the fragile tapestry of life. In every handful of earth, in every whisper of wings, their influence is felt, sustaining the wild heart of Africa's grasslands. As the sun sets and shadows lengthen, the undergrowth stirs with purpose, a reminder that the smallest creatures often wield the greatest power, shaping the destiny of the savanna from the ground up. As the sun arcs across the endless African sky, the savanna is a land in constant transformation, sculpted by the rhythm of the seasons. Each year the landscape is reborn, its colors, sounds, and inhabitants shifting in response to the pulse of rain and drought. With the first whispers of the wet season, dark clouds gather on the horizon. The parched earth cracks open, eagerly drinking the life-giving rain. Within days, the brown plains erupt into a vivid mosaic of green. Grasses surge skyward, wildflowers unfurl, and shallow pans brim with water, drawing life from every corner of the wilderness. For the great herds, wildebeest, zebras, and antelope, the rains are a signal to move. Guided by ancient instincts and the scent of fresh grass on the wind, they begin their epic migrations. Calves are born in synchrony with the flush of new growth, their survival tied to the abundance of food and the safety of numbers. Predators, lions, cheetahs, and hyenas follow close behind, their own fortunes rising and falling with the herds. As the wet season wanes, the savanna's palette shifts once more. Waterholes shrink, grasses wither, and dust hangs heavy in the air. Elephants, the architects of the dry season, carve deep wells into riverbeds with their tusks, unearthing hidden water for themselves and countless other creatures. Giraffes stretch their necks to the last green leaves in the treetops, while ostriches and antelope forage for seeds and roots beneath the brittle grass. Some animals retreat into the shadows. Amphibians burrow deep, encased in mud until the rains return. Tortoises seek shade beneath boulders, slowing their movements to conserve precious moisture. Birds, once abundant, gather in flocks and soar to distant wetlands, following the promise of water. For the scavengers and survivors, adaptability is key. Jackals and vultures roam wider territories, seeking any remnant of nourishment. Insects, too, change with the seasons. Locusts may swarm in great numbers, while butterflies time their emergence to coincide with the blooming of specific flowers. Throughout the cycle, the savanna's inhabitants display a remarkable array of strategies: migration, dormancy, resourcefulness, and resilience. Every adaptation is a testament to the unbreakable bond between life and the land, shaped by the ebb and flow of the seasons. As the earth turns and the rains return once more, the savanna awakens in a burst of renewal. Life endures, flexible, ingenious, and ever prepared for the next transformation. In this eternal dance of drought and abundance, every creature must adapt or perish, their fates woven into the ever-changing tapestry of Africa's wild heart. Beneath the towering silhouettes of elephants and the thunder of migrating herds, a quieter struggle for survival plays out on the savanna floor. Here, in the tangled grasses and beneath scattered stones, the lesser-known residents of Africa's heartland carve out their existence, often unseen, yet every bit as remarkable. As dusk settles, the African pygmy mouse emerges from its burrow, a tiny acrobat weighing less than a coin. With oversized ears tuned to the faintest rustle, it navigates a world fraught with peril. Each night it embarks on a relentless quest for seeds and insects, using its prehensile tail to balance as it climbs grass stems in search of food. Its survival depends on agility, camouflage, and an uncanny sense for danger. A shadow overhead sends it darting for cover, vanishing in an instant. Nearby, the armored pangolin patrols the termite mounds. Cloaked in scales stronger than steel, it is a solitary wanderer, guided by an extraordinary sense of smell. With a flick of its tongue, it harvests thousands of ants in a single meal, its presence betrayed only by the faint rustle as it shuffles through the undergrowth. When threatened, the pangolin's defense is simple but effective. It curls into a near impenetrable ball, thwarting predators with patience and resilience. Beneath the cracked earth, the naked mole rat reigns in a labyrinth of tunnels. Sightless and nearly hairless, these eusocial mammals cooperate in colonies more complex than any above-ground herd. Each member has a role: digging, foraging, or tending to the queen. Their ability to survive on the harshest routes and to thrive in low-oxygen environments is a marvel of adaptation, a testament to the power of unity and specialization. High in the canopy, the diminutive sunbird flashes iridescent colors as it flits between blooms. With a slender curved beak, it extracts nectar, pollinating the savanna's wildflowers and fueling the cycle of renewal. Its tiny heart beats furiously, a reminder that even the smallest creatures play a vital role in the web of life. And in the cool shadows, the leopard tortoise lumbers across the landscape. Its ornate shell, patterned like the savanna itself, offers protection from both heat and predators. Slow but determined, it navigates obstacles with surprising tenacity, surviving drought by storing water in hidden reservoirs within its body. These unsung survivors, mouse, pangolin, mole rat, sunbird and tortoise, are the silent engineers and caretakers of the savanna. Their stories are woven into the fabric of the wild, their triumphs measured not in grand migrations or dramatic hunts, but in every clever adaptation and quiet victory. In the endless contest for survival, it is often the smallest who prove the most ingenious, ensuring that the savanna's heartbeat never falters.